Hello, everyone, and welcome to the top 10 oils. Now, if you're new, I would like to welcome you to doTERRA, and I would like to welcome you to helping change people's lives in a way that is actually quite beautiful and something that I've been doing for a little over 4.5 years now. And I can't tell you the amount of people who come back to me and just say, Donna, thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for just giving me the simple tools that I need as a tool in my toolbox to really just reach out to myself and my family and our health. And today I just wanted to talk about the top 10 oils because it's just really simple. A lot of people who come here into doTERRA and want to share with people, do this as a business, they often believe that they need to be an expert. And I can't tell you how much further from the truth that actually is. I promise you I am no expert, and yet I am one of the top in doTERRA in the ranks. And so I am not an expert. You don't need to be an expert. I started off on fire not being an expert. And I believe what we feel in our heads often will actually distract from helping people with our hearts. And so I hope that this video, this short video, because it's going to be about the basics, right? It's not going to be about everything you need to know about essential oils. And I believe that Dr. Hill, who is the chief advisor for even the medical board, does not, and he would admit that he doesn't know everything there is about essential oils because it's so vast. The knowledge out there is so widespread and new information is coming in all the time. And so we don't need to be experts. And so I really just urge you to feel into that, because it could stop you from changing people's lives if you believe that you have to know more than what I'm going to share with you today. So in my classes, in my one-on-ones, really all I'm doing is I'm just saying, hey, come and let me just share the basics with you. I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to say too much to you so that you're confused. I just want to keep it simple. I want to stick it to the basics. I also don't want to say words that are going to be like words that we wouldn't necessarily use in our everyday language. So I don't want to say words like calming or emotive, although I use that word a lot, or uplifting. I mean, I don't use that language in my everyday language. And so I'm going to kind of stick away from that or keep away from that. And so I invite you to just be real with me here. We're just going to get right into it here. Ready? So today we're talking about the all of the oils that will be found in the basic kit of doTERRA. There is these are 5 ml bottles. This is, you can't see it from the thing, but this is the Family Essentials Kit. It's called Family Essentials Kit in the US. Here in Canada, it's called the Essential Collection. And so I hope that that doesn't confuse you. So it's the Essential Collection. Also, the Home Essentials Kit has the exact same oils as you'll see here, but in 15 ml bottles. So basically, it's the difference between this bottle and this bottle. So it may be a little bit over $100 more for the kit, but you're getting 3 times the oils and you're getting a diffuser with it, with the Home Essentials Kit. So are you ready to talk about the basics, you guys? So I'm just gonna basically tell you about each oil, a little bit about each oil, and I'm gonna just share a few things about them because we think that we need to talk about 10 different things about each oil, and it's not true, because that will just either go over people's head, because studies have shown that people only listen to about 7% of everything you say in a 30-minute session anyways. So let's just keep it simple, things that they can remember. So we'll start with the amazing lemon oil. Lemon is amazing because it makes you feel good in the day. If you just feel like, this day sucks, then put this in your diffuser. You only need a few drops. You don't need a lot in your diffuser. Depending on the room, if it's a small room, like a bathroom, 1 drop. If it's a bedroom, then you might need 4 drops depending on your bedroom. If you have a bigger bedroom, then maybe 5, I don't know. But all I need to say about the diffuser, back to that, is that you are putting it in a heavy dilution of water. So when you're putting it in, even 4 or 5 drops, it's still heavily diluted. And just so that you know. I also should probably talk, before I get into lemon, the 3 different ways that we use essential oils is aromatic, topical, and internal. Aromatic is we can breathe it in, we can use it in our diffuser like I was just about to talk about. We can put it in on our clothes, on a pendant like this. We can put it anywhere that we want. We can put it in our car, a little cotton ball in our car. If you want to use it topically, I always recommend diluting if you have sensitive skin. My kids don't have sensitive skin, but if it's a place on the back of their neck, say, that I'm going to put it on, which I like to put it on for any kind of brain stuff. If I want to help with their behavior, I'll put it on the back of their neck. If I want to help with any memory or focus or attention, I like it on the back of the neck along the spine. I can also use it on the bottom of the feet. I like that. If you know anything about reflexology, you know that the big toe actually has some association with the brain. And so that's why I use the bottom of the feet. Oils don't absorb as much in the bottom of the feet. Usually about 10-15% goes in. So I don't dilute on the bottom of the feet either. If you have red hair, for some reason, people with red hair have sensitive skin. So just dilute. And I use a fractionated coconut oil. And all I'll say about that is fractionated means a fraction of the whole, basically. It's got a lot of the fats removed. So it's always in a liquid state, and it doesn't go as rancid as fast. And I noticed that a lot of the oils out in the market on the shelves, even though it has a specific expiry date, will go rancid before that if you don't take care of it well. And the better the quality of the oil, the faster it goes rancid in regards to these vegetable oils. So that's why I like my fractionated coconut oil. So when it is rancid, it will actually change the effects of your oils, and we don't want that. We want the optimal level. If I didn't care about the effect of my oil, I'd go buy it from Walmart, but I care about the optimal level for myself and for my kids especially. So just a little note about that. And internally, not all oils can be used internally. Some people feel uncomfortable. You don't have to preach at people if they feel uncomfortable about using internal oils. Just say, well, then use it topically on the bottom of your feet. It's just, it will still be effective. But I have no problem using it internally. I have no problem giving it to my kids internally. But 1 drop is all we need. You need 20 drops of essential oils. There are some exceptions to the rule that I'll talk about later on in regards to internal use of oils, but that's all you need to know about that, is that not all of them are supposed to be used. If they're really not supposed to be used, you'll see a childproof cap on doTERRA's oils. And so especially the deep blue, because it tastes like candy. We'll get to this one later. No, it smells like candy. Certainly doesn't taste like it, but smells like candy. And so kids might just take off the cap and go, this smells good. So we want to protect them. I keep my oils away from kids anyways, but I've had lots of people contact me in regards to that, and I want to keep people safe. So I just keep it out of the reach of kids. So you ready? Okay, back to lemon. Lemon is one of those oils, like I said, helps me feel just better. It makes me feel happier. And it also is good. You know those stickers that you get, and they're on the plates, on the bottom of the plates, or on, anything you buy at the store, and they're like a bugger to get off. I put 1 drop on one of those gluey kind of stickers, and I leave it there for about 30 seconds, and then it just slides right off. So really good. I also use this for my cleaning. I use a lot of natural products, and they don't have scents. And so I'll add my essential oils. I'm glad they don't have scents. I like the aroma of an essential oil over a scent. Very different thing. And so while I'm cleaning, I can feel happier. I've never been more happier cleaning my toilet. So use it for that reason as well. Lemon, I will use internally. It's a gentle cleanse for my liver. I put it in my water every morning. And my liver, it's really good because I eat really healthy and I exercise and I meditate. But for most people in North America, our livers are kind of sluggish. And that's why we see a lot of things happening in our society, like rashes and whatnot. But I should not be getting into all of that. See, you just warn me. And we all can just like start vomiting at the mouth about all of the things that we know about essential oils. And this is just as much for me as it is for you. Just keep it simple. Okay, next one I'm going to talk about is peppermint. This one has to be, there's my favorite oil, and then there's peppermint. So peppermint's probably my second favorite. There's so much you can do with this oil. It's so versatile. I use it for when I have a headache. So I'll just put one drop in my hand, and I'll put it on my forehead, my temples, making sure I don't get it in my eyes because it feels like a jalapeno pepper in your eye. You don't want that. I put it on also on the back of my neck. If I'm hot or having hot flashes, which I'm not having quite yet, but if I know somebody who is, I will just encourage them, just put some on your hand, rub it in, put it on the back of your neck. If a baby has a fever, rub it on the bottom of their feet. Again, for babies, dilute. So we want to definitely take care of these babies. We want to dilute. There's no real science to the dilution process, but some recommend that you do 12 to 1. So 12 drops of fractionated coconut oil to 1 drop of essential oil. 6 to 12, it's 6 to 1. And 12 and above, you can do either 1 to 1 or use your discretion, okay? Depending on your comfort level and your kids. If you're using it, like I said, on the same area over and over and over again, I always recommend diluting. It just makes better sense because you don't want to create problems later on. So peppermint, what else it can be used for? I know truckers are using it now instead of caffeine. So if you want to kick the caffeine habit and you need an energy boost, you just put 1 drop in your hand. And what I do as well is I just take a little drop in my thumb and I put it in the roof of my mouth, and I then rub it in like this, and I'll breathe it in gently, because if you breathe it in too much, it's powerful oil, and you'll understand that. I love the clarity of this one. Peppermint was the one that I used when I first came to know doTERRA, and I realized the difference in quality of essential oil. So peppermint's an amazing one. Lots of different things. Some other things that I can use it for is I use it as a driver oil. So if I have Deep Blue, which for muscle pain, I'll talk about that soon, I'll put peppermint on top for any kind of inflammation or pain or anything like that, because I really feel like it drives the oils deeper into the body. Okay, next one would be that I'm going to go through is ZenGest. In Canada, it's called ZenGest. In the US, it's called DigestZen. And really, this one is self-explanatory. So I use it when my tummy feels like crap. If there's constipation, if there's diarrhea, it doesn't matter. It'll cover all of it. It's a blend of essential oils. And when my kids, they can be on the couch, buckled over in pain, I rub 2 drops on their belly and rub it in, and within about 5 minutes, they're up running around playing again. So this is a really powerful oil. It's also really good for any kind of, what is it called? Reflux? I believe it's called reflux. I believe that's compliant. We have to be careful with compliance, by the way. Only online. In face-to-face, one-to-one, don't worry about it. But did I just say that? So ZenGest, DigestZen, it's really good. I put 1 in water, just like a shot of water, and I'll down that. It'll help me feel really good. There is a lot of DigestZen products or ZenGest products out there as well that you can get from the US and from doTERRA, like little things that I kind of replace my Tums with. So any over-the-counter Tums, I'll use my ZenGest tablets. Is that compliant? You'd think I'd know these things. Okay, don't share this online. All right, next one is Easy Air. In the US, this one's called Breathe. So Health Canada and the FDA, they just have different marketing words that we are able to use. So Easy Air is the one here. And this one is used for any breathing difficulties. So trying to be compliant now. Any breathing difficulties that we have, we can use this 1 drop again, and then just breathe it in gently. Make sure it's gentle, especially for those who have asthma. You want to make sure that when they're breathing it in, they're breathing it in very gently. Again, you can put it in a diffuser at night when I'm feeling yucky, when I'm just feeling like crap, and I have a runny nose, and I don't want to miss any of my life. And so I'll just put this in a diffuser next to me at night, along with this next one, which is called On Guard. Wrong one. On Guard is one of those oils that helps keep my kids from having to miss too much school. Get my drift? So if they're feeling crappy, if they have a runny nose, if they have a fever, use this. If one of my kids, I have 3 kids, if one of them has these symptoms, I will put this in a diffuser all around the house, and I will use them all day long, okay, in the diffuser. And so I'll have it at the door usually, so that they're breathing it in on their way out, they're breathing it in on the way home. And I even have a car diffuser that I'll use so that they're breathing this in, helping immune support on their way there, and then on their way back, they're also breathing it in. So that's been really great. Lavender is amazing for if you want a better night's sleep, guys. If you can't sleep and you're tossing and turning, start breathing this lavender in. It's actually the nicest smelling lavender I've ever had, but that's not why I use it. I don't care about the smell of my oils. I use it because, for the same reason, I don't go to my doctor and say, what does that medication that you're prescribing smell like? I don't think anybody ever does that. So when people come to me and say, well, I'm not sure I like the smell. It's like, well, I don't know what to say to you. So lavender, this one is great for just making me feel rested. If I feel just like I'm having anxious thoughts, or I just can't get my mind feeling peaceful, then I will use lavender. And again, I'll just breathe it in, put it in the diffuser, rub it on the bottom of my feet. I can put it around my pillow, and it really helps my kids too with helping them go to sleep, go to bed. I can't, I'm too wired. Okay, well, I'm coming in with my lavender. These 2 oils, the next 2 oils I'll talk about, you don't need these every day, but when you do need them, you're gonna want them in your bathroom cabinet, okay? So the first one I'll talk about is the tea tree oil, Melaleuca, same thing. And in Canada, we call it tea tree oil, and in the US, it's called Melaleuca. And so, again, just marketing names. What I love about this one is it's great for dandruff. It's great for athlete's feet. I can use it in when my kids come home with lice. For the first time, we had it, and I just sprayed Melaleuca tea tree on their head, and I didn't even dilute it. I just sprayed it all over within 30 minutes. Like I checked again, nothing was booting around in there. And so there have been studies that actually have shown the same thing, just like pilot projects and whatnot. But you're gonna want this if you're a parent. And so that's a really good one. I use this alongside this amazing oil, oregano. Just be cautious when you're buying this, and people will tell you, yeah, I use oregano all the time from the health food store. And one thing I just say is check the label, because it'll say 100% pure on the top or on the front, but then you turn around and it maybe have pure components, but it sure ain't just oregano in that bottle. So they'll pay $20, $30 for just this much oregano, and the rest is olive oil, which now again expires a lot sooner. And when you have just this much oregano oil and you're paying $20, let's just go do the math. So it's usually 3 or 4 parts vegetable oil to 1 part oregano. So let's just go for the sake of math, do 3. So 1 part oregano, 3 parts olive oil. Let's fill this whole bottle with oregano, shall we? 1 part is 20. Let's fill it up another part, that's another 20. Another part is another 20. Another part is another 20. That is $20, $40, $60, $80 for a bottle of actual oregano. And here at doTERRA, they are only selling it for less than 30. So you can see the discrepancy and how we kind of get a little bit tricked there. So a lot of people will use this for when they're feeling crappy and they need to not stay in bed forever because they're feeling sick. But what you can do with this one is put it in a gel cap. We have vegetable gel caps that you can get, and you just put drops in it's an open, or you open it up little vegetable capsule, and it's empty, and you put some oregano in. I usually put some fractionated coconut oil in there with it. I'll add some Melaleuca with it and some On Guard with it, because On Guard, I don't think I mentioned that you can also take that internally. And then you just use that about 3 times a day. I always talk about consistency with the oils, so just a little word about that. One person will say, yeah, I used your On Guard, or I used your oregano, and I still feel like crap. And I'm like, well, how often did you use it? Well, I used it yesterday. I'm like, okay. So if your doctor gave you a drug, let's just say, and they said, use this 3 times a day for 7 days straight, and you went back and said, your drug didn't work for me, and they asked you, how often did you use it? And you say, well, I used it once. What do you think the response would be for that? Yeah, probably the same response you're going to get from me. You have to use these oils consistently. They work with your body. Your body is using them to heal itself, and it can't heal itself if you're not giving it what it needs. And so don't think you just take 1 drop and you're going to feel better all of a sudden. Now, some people do feel better with certain essential oils depending on what the issue is. But again, if it's something where you've gotten yourself into some trouble, expect it's going to take a little bit of time, depending on if it's an acute issue or a chronic issue. Okay, so next one I want to talk about is the lovely Deep Blue. Oh my gosh, I had a workout this morning, and I'm going to be using this a lot today. Again, consistency is key. So when you're just working out and you know that your muscles are going to be sore, then you're going to want to use this not just as after you're already feeling sore, but use it because you know you're gonna get sore. And so I will use this one just probably about 3 times today. And there's also a lotion that I'll use it with. This is really for muscle pain, joint aches, anything like that. I've heard a lot of great things about this one that you can use it for when you're out and about. If you're like, I just can't, I'm in too much pain. Try this one. It will really serve you. Okay, and then certainly not last, but certainly not least, is this is the favorite oil that I have. It's called frankincense. It takes a lot to get this out of a tree, so it's a really expensive oil. The farmers are really working hard. They're going to the tree, scraping, coming back, going back, getting the resin, getting back. Then there's women beautiful women who are sorting the resin to sort the good resin from the bad resin. And then they have to steam distill it. If it rains, you have to wait. So there's a lot going into this. And I often tell people, if you're getting a cheap frankincense, at what cost to the farmers? At what cost to the quality, to the benefits of your frankincense? And so I absolutely am honored to be contributing to these farmers' lives. And I know that doTERRA does a lot to help these farmers in a sustainable way, trying to help make sure these trees are sustainable. So that's just a little side note, but something you really need to know about this one. I use this one I put it on the back of my neck. I have a terrible memory, so most times I forget to put it on, okay? That's the problem with memory issues. This is good for memory, but I forget to use it. So I think I need like an alarm or something. I really love this oil. It has helped with my son's speech memory issue. It helps with a lot of people with developmental issues. My husband uses it for just to feel peaceful, in the day, because he just can sometimes be in his head. I mean, we don't need to live in our heads. We need to live in our hearts. And so when we're living too much up here, let's bring it down. Let's just calm. Let's just ground ourselves with this amazing frankincense. So also I will say this one, if I don't know what to do, I'll use this. So if there's a rash, a wart, a mood management issue, I'll go to this one. And often I will use whatever somebody tells me to use, or I'm reading in a book to use. And I will use this one in addition to that, okay? I want to bring up one other oil that I adore. It's called Smart and Sassy in Canada, Slim and Sassy in the US. And I used to actually not like this oil. The idea of it was not something that I liked. But then I started using it. It's called a metabolic blend. And I use this before my workout because it helps regulate my blood sugar level. It helps keep me stable in my digestive system. It helps me just, it helps afterwards with, so that I'm not craving foods too much. It helps me with making sure that I don't fill my plate too much. And I honestly, it has so many amazing ingredients in it that help with all of those things. Some of which are in the oils that I had just mentioned. And so it really, really would be good for everybody who cares about staying healthy, not just being healthy and keeping healthy, or I guess keeping healthy, staying healthy is really important to me. And so both my husband and I use this. And it's not because we need to lose weight, although it would help with that for those of you who need to, but it's in addition to the things that you're doing. You know, you have to eat. This just helps you not eat so much. You're allowed to play with your food. This just helps you not do it so much, right? So use this in addition to what you're already doing. And I have no choice but to talk about the amazing, the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And the reason why I'm bringing this up in our top 10 oil conversation here today is because this one is what I believe has kept my family the most healthy. doTERRA is an essential oil company, but this is the #1 product. And I'll tell you why very quickly. This one is the vegan one. There's also a non-vegan source, but it has your multi-nutrients. Here in North America, we're simply not eating well. It used to be about what you eat. Now it's about how you process the food that you eat. And it's really unfortunate that it's come to this, but the processing of our food, it really has depleted the nutrients in it. And so I can't tell you how many people have been on this, like thousands and thousands of people that I know personally who have been on this and have had dramatic change in their energy, in their mood, in their ability to just cope every day on just a basic level. And it's because we're so depleted. So these multi-nutrients are great because they're also whole food. And I have a huge issue with synthetic multi-nutrients and vitamins and minerals, because our body is not made of synthetics. So why are we putting synthetics in our body to help serve it on a long-term basis? So it doesn't make sense to me. This also has your omega-3. We're very deficient in omega-3, very high in omega-6 in our culture. And so I love this because it has what I need to help me balance that. And then finally, there's the Alpha CRS. Very quickly, this is helping your cell and helping the energy. It really is getting to this, to your body at a cellular level. And this is one of the things that really helps contribute to the energy that you feel when you take this. And it's not any addictive substances at all. It's actually quite natural extracts and really, really amazing product with essential oils in it that you can take every single day. And my kids and I all take it, as well as my husband. And we feel the effects when we don't, because we're just not getting that energy. We're not getting the proper balance in our body without it. And so we love it. And we eat healthy, by the way. So the fact that we're talking about this is telling of what our culture has done to our food. So I hope this has served you. When somebody has an issue that I don't understand or I don't know, really guys, I just Google it. I will Google their issue plus doTERRA, and I'll almost always find what oils to use or a combination. And if there's 5 combinations, choose one, because everybody's different. Our bodies are biochemically different. What works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. But that's why I like the kits, because you can experiment with it. You can blend things together. And when you just have 2 oils that help with that issue, then it may not get to that root cause. So I really hope this serves you. Basically, I just wanted to give you the basics, let you know you don't have to be an expert. I may come across as an expert, but it's only because I've been repeating the same thing for 4.5 years. So all you need to know when you're sharing this with people is just talk about the top 10 oils. If they want more oils afterwards, they can get on what's called the loyalty rewards program. They can get them on that and start to shift their way of living, shift their lifestyle on a regular basis through that loyalty rewards program. And you can do it by having a 3-month conversation. So the first, let's get this kit in your home. Secondly, let's get this lifelong vitality pack in your home. Thirdly, let's eliminate the toxins in your home. And so you can see how you can just take them gradually through this process. It doesn't have to be like, boom, let's do it all at once. So again, I hope this served you. Thank you for listening this far. And I hope this helps you on your journey towards changing people's lives for the better. Bye.